guess. All right. So I'm just trying to simplify things back here. I guess that kind of worked. So this is in Brazil. I just found this before I started. So it was UFO that was spotted in Brazil. I think it was just like a. I got the word creepy. I forget what it looked like. Brazil is here. Fritzy's over there. You know. And Brazil is showing that, they lack, any manners and do whatever they feel like. Lack self-control. So I think cats can't seem to, they don't listen to anything. They lack discipline. At least dogs are known to be better at that. Cats are not so great at it. I don't think unless you got like a big dog that chases them around all that, even that won't probably do any good. So yeah, anyway. I guess you can say it makes us very human-like to some level, or where humans get it from. But it's like, yeah, I guess that's kind of like an old dog. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but for a cat, you can't teach them anything sometimes. Of course, I guess when they're young, you can't. But anyway, they develop new habits when they get older, though. So, but the UFO energies, it's like I mean, sometimes they're real, but sometimes, it's like a man-made. This one feels man-made, but that's really hard to tell. It doesn't really matter. But the thing about that is, because some kind of psyop build up at some point in our lifetime could be. It's not clear on that, but you never know. They're doing UFO. You have UFO Jesus that's out there. Just look that guy up. He's on YouTube. He literally dresses up like Jesus. I mean, what does that say? It's like talk about doing some kind of spell work there. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? As for Brazil, UFO is I think it's just recently too. Yeah. And nobody's really saying anything about it. That's interesting. I didn't hear about that one. Brazilian island, 10-foot tall, strange beings. I didn't see that one. In Brazil, Brazilian island. This one was let's see. It doesn't have any ads on it. If I can get crazy with ads, I can show it. Sometimes they're just bombarded with ads, like 100 ads. It's like, jeez, it's not even worth it. It slows everything down. Actually, shuts down my stream because it's so bad. The modern era of mediocrity. Technologists have got a long ways to go, or just mostly crap. Maybe that's true. So yeah, that's what. Kind of like a rectangle, sort of. Yeah, typical. Yeah, typical. Yeah. I'm not sure what this is about. No, it's a game. It's all propaganda. Gee, what is this crap? Look at the ads on this thing. It's so fucking gross. We're still in the dark ages, if anybody's wondering. But yeah, there's not much. It's creepy. Yeah, if it's creepy, probably reptilian energy connected to it, but doesn't mean it's not re-engineered. I think you're just testing the waters. It's hard to tell with that stuff. I mean, but for it to be seen like in Brazil is like kind of like a hot spot. There's a lot of bizarreness there. It's kind of like Las Vegas to some level, kind of. It's in South America, so you can get away with a lot more. Of course, there's a lot of Nazi energy out there still. Maybe not in Brazil, but in Argentina. So, a little bit. So I was how to call my prepositions. The schedule. We have the shop. I need to fix that. Keeps doing that. Just nature of the beast. So there's that, and time travel frequencies. I figured to tap into that again for a short time. But yes, UFO stuff. It's hard to say. So I don't know. I have to go by what I'm picking up on. So if Trump does win, I don't get a good vibe from it for anything. Whatever that vibe is, it's not good. So whatever it's connected to, not to say but the other one's much better. I don't know, something about Trump, it doesn't feel right. Whatever they have planned for him, if he does win, it's just not. We're in for it. So whatever it is, I guess we just will. We're kind of screwed no matter what direction we go. But Trump, I'm just not getting a good vibe. So whatever. And people are getting greedy and all that. They want to, if that's the case, they just have to probably incarnate again 20 more times or 100 more times so they get their head out of their ass. But anyway, isn't the idea is to, I don't know, outsmart the game or to, and doesn't mean it has to be through financial means. Just not fall for all its tactics. And the presidential thing is definitely a trickster frequency. Just not to give into it. Of course, many of these spiritual, it's a lot of the spiritual so-called leaders fell for a lot of it. So even when you're not even trying to talk, like you do an interview and you're not even want to get into it, they still kind of pull you into it. Anyway, it's messed up. It's growth. And so time travel frequencies tap into that. Just their perspective of our reality of I'll do a Galactic Federation, but so many people get mad about that. It's like I don't care. It's like you can't do it on a neutral level. Who cares? But you can't win anyway. You just can't win. But there'll be times when it's happened to that just for the like Astral command or something like that. Because people don't like that stuff. I don't care. You gotta get over themselves. But you gotta do what you gotta do too. So yeah, of course, like with angels, they want to have the best interaction with aliens, we don't know who has the best interaction with, and so on. So doesn't mean it has to be fully healed. You don't like it for a reason. So this makes sense. I'm not too big on this alien cult religious figures that are out there. I don't care for them, but I must be in the minority because that sucker's growing, and there's no stopping it either. It's waiting for the alien church to start coming and be resurrected, and then we're really screwed. I don't know. So I did some of the alien art stuff. Let's kind of give it a bit of a perspective on it too. Those of you that are learning about this, or it's all point of view, right? I'm kind of playing around with this. This is an astral energy. So think about it. If you look like something like this. You're not, maybe you fix your hair, but you're not worried about mundane situations like, especially with the eyes and everything, you can connect to just the way the body is just designed. You can connect to multi dimensions without any restraints. Of course, there is limitations, of course, like the physical can knock you out because the physical is still a heavy frequency. This is more of a wider vibration. It's more ninth dimension, but it can be fifth dimension. So it can be fourth dimension too. But I think this is ninth when I generated it. But either way, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's something different. But it just kind of gives you like a cosmos astral vibe. It's like a hairstyle too. Imagine if you change the color of what you look like, and it's all like this crazy multicolor vibe that's there. Of course, here it'll freak people out, but when you leave the human perspective, anything goes. We're just going through the human lens right now. You have to get up, you got to sit in traffic, listen to mundane, political nonsense, or whatever, or just our education. There's so many limitations to listening on purpose, of course. And deliberate doesn't mean you have to look like that, but it just kind of gives you an idea of the astral realms, or alien realms, or whatever you want to call it. But you don't see all the heaviness that we have to go through. It all has a purpose. So, sorry, going to what is it? That Deadpool thing is out. Whatever. What's this? Kind of just make it all stop. I'm so done with this reality. Oh well, I just gotta keep going. I'm tired of all of it. So, all right, we're going to the Psyop frequency as it's going up. I actually feel like a Palladian energy to tap into that, so I can also go in different directions. Yeah, we're not gonna we're not gonna focus just on that. We're just let it Palladian frequency come in, just let that do what it needs to do, and time travel or vibrations just. That's actually from a ninth dimension energy, so we'll see. Okay, all right. Blessings for good. Greetings to the Palladians. Greetings to you. Yes, Brazil is kind of like a testing point, a hot spot to see how people react. If you do it in the U.S., and there has been, it's just too much coverage. It's just too much going on in the U.S. as it is. But Brazil is like yes, you can use the word creepy, and just they'll be kind of put under the carpet, basically. Of course, if it's done in the U.S., it'd just be a cover up, left and right. So it is. They don't want to do it. Their test too close to home. And this, there is a Lockheed Martin connection to it, Raytheon connection to it, and so on. Mind control in place with them also. It's also some of these UFO, similar to like a religion mind control. There is definitely that, especially to the news organizations. So you don't have to put too much into this, but there are like Psyop setups. Yeah, they have like their own even newsroom set up to practice programming society. Go as which you don't have to bring this into your reality, but just either way, it's realize this now. Are they going to do this in your lifetime? There's always a possibility of it. They're kind of reluctant to do so because they don't know what they're doing at this point. So but it is another time. It's on the table for sure. At least a UFO like they've already done this already. Like they could talk about it and it'll go away. So think of it that way. It doesn't mean it's going to be a huge world transformation. Not yet. They're not quite ready for that. It's too many pieces to that. But some are fully. Well, let's put it this way: it doesn't happen in your lifetime. It's probably just for the best. If they don't do like a fake alien invasion, yeah, because it's very exhausting, especially those that are organizing it. I don't know what they're doing. It's so good. I mean, there can be events, and then it becomes part of the news cycle for a while, and then it goes away easily, like you've experienced in the past. Without going into too much detail on that. So, but it will go away though. We don't see it sticking around. At least that's what we're seeing currently, because they don't have enough manpower for it. They don't have an understanding of it. But all of this is testing your blue screen situation happened on your Friday, and so on. And that can be alien related too. That can be part of it also. Like there's a buildup of certain situations, and then you have your certain orchestrated situation there. It's all part of the human experiment, you could say. And it's some of this is to bring people more into their higher consciousness, well, to not be so manipulated. Easier said than done. But the political situation, is a poisonous frequency. So many agendas. It is lowering the frequencies of humanity, as you can see. It's Yeah, it's like dirtying it's like getting the water dirty. All of it. Not to say it's ever perfect, especially on a galactic level when you're dealing with reptilian beings. But one thing, if you're dealing with alien beings, reptilians, whatever, at least they're showing their stuff. Like they're not hiding. I mean, yes, they do hide things, yes, but not as much as you're hidden here. There are, of course, agendas and so on. The idea for you to move to a higher level is to have less mystery. There's always going to be a version of it, but right now you have so much mystery, you don't even know yourselves. I mean, yourself is a mystery. Not for everybody, but there's a lot of that out there. It's like you're not always meant to figure yourself out. You're supposed to sit in your own mystery and your own misery, for that matter, or dark side, or wherever you want to word it, until you're ready to release it. Doesn't mean you have to be, yeah, it's extremely positive. No, it's just that you're more realistic within yourself. You know your limitations. Kind of like you're making peace with yourself to a certain level, if you could say. You own it's like you own your mistakes. Like you don't judge yourself. You just like, okay, I did this wrong, did that, but you keep moving forward, and that says a lot. There's a good part. Society is not always conscious of how it holds on to the past. I mean, really holds on to it. Will not let go. And that's why it's hard to create relationships on a personal level, because so many are holding on to the past. They just will not let it go for anything. It's like, yeah, you connect to someone new, but all they do is hold on to their mistakes and traumas and all of that. I mean, yes, you're going to have traumas, but you don't have to necessarily paint it on yourself every 5 minutes. Some do. You just can't let things go. Of course, physical traumas, yes, that's difficult. But, there are ways the universe does offer a way to heal that, but some still. It's like, I'd rather just sit in my misery. There's a lot of that here. So that's why it's so hard to heal a world like this, or assist a world like this. It just continues to go backwards. Not everybody, but some don't even want to hear that. And still society still goes backwards. But also this UFO side is like, is the world going to notice? It's like, it's out there, but is the world asking for this UFO energy? Some are, but most of the world doesn't care. So just ask anybody. Most don't care. Greece, you would like to mention time travel frequencies. Actually, we are connected to Elohim. We think future, we're with all realities. Yours is yes, holding on to the past. Traditionally, political energies. Yes, it's a hijacking. There's more to it than that, but yeah. There's also a galactic connection here. Like some galactics feel like humanity is not ready. So it's like, okay, we're going to put all these trickster politicians in the soup of your reality and see if you can find your way out of it. And if you can, you go to the next level. If not, you get to sit there for a while. So look at it from that point of view. Not that they're trying to be even negative. I mean, a teacher has to give you a test. I mean, how do you pass go? They don't always going to let you pass if you're not ready. So, you might hate the aliens, even the reptilians. Reptilians do all these things. Like them or not, doesn't matter. There's some that just want to just wipe out humanity. It's always going to be that. Of course, there's humans here that want to wipe out everybody else. So you have that too. A little bit of everything. But there are reptilian beings that are not trying to be malicious, but they are like put obstacles in front of the world, to see where you're at. Now, humans might cry all year long or whatever, victim and this and that, and soapbox, blame the government, the elites, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, well, we'll wait until you come out of that. And it might be another couple hundred years or 1,000 years, whatever it is. In your past, yes, it's been your world was hit with everything. Well, because of what humans are capable of in the past, very powerful beings. So you were shut down a lot during dark ages. Like humans had to be now, you don't just deactivate a high powered psychotic human. It doesn't take like one day. It could take a long time. You'd be surprised. You see in your modern world, yes, thoughts are powerful, even if you don't always aware of it. Especially how like parenting's brought up here and there because it is very powerful. But of course, you're on your friends, families, whatever. You feel the vibrations of those what they say. Especially when they have an agenda, a weaponized agenda that can knock you out. You can be worn out for the next 2 weeks just by a couple of words. And it doesn't mean it has to be the four letter words. It could be whatever is built into those intentions. So it's basically just you're enhancing yourself to overcome these obstacles of life. Of course, some, yes, are in the victimhood and will not leave that mindset for the life of them. It's like, yeah, it's like they want someone to take care of them, and yet, but they have to blame their poor parenting. Is it poor parenting, or just like we go, once you get over this whole elites is called, the bad guy, then we can talk. Because society still doesn't want. Now, those of you individually that are evolving will, see that, and like you say, you have a brother and sister. One brother complains, or one kid complains of this and that, and the other one's like, oh, I see what they're doing, and then you avoid what the other one's going through. So how many want to hear that? There's nothing wrong with making all these horrible decisions and all that. That's if you're just not holding on to that, and if you're not like constantly stabbing yourself towards it. Yeah, you might not. If you just let it go. I mean, yeah, the scars might still be there, but it's like, okay, I'm not gonna let that stop me. That's good. Now, afflictions from others, yes, that can be, like you constantly get attacked by other people. Like you're going to try to be nice and they just snap at you constantly. Yeah, it's understood why you want to step back from that because like society is kind of adolescent. It just wants to be a kid, a vicious one for that matter. It doesn't want to grow up. It wants to control, undermine you, take you down because it's so damn insecure. And not that you have any intentions to cause anyone, but their insecurities, they're like that though. Oh, they're going here to manipulate me and all this. Like, not really, no. But is that something that you want to do? Most likely. So, it's a kind of a double-edged sword, you can say. But this is also showing society is still kind of stuck. But it doesn't mean you have to be stuck. Ideas to keep going forward. But yeah, there are timelines where things have to kind of just sit and wait. Not forever. It's just as processes there. Yeah, it's hard because it's just like society's stuck. So you kind of like, you have to wait with them, sort of. I mean, like if you're in a class of students, sometimes you get to upgrade sometimes, but other times you got to stay with them. And there's reasons for it. It's not just to waste your time. I feel that way. But really there is constructive reason for it, even if it still feels like a waste of time. Might help your sanity in the future. It's hard to say.